Welcome back to Las Vegas Now. Are you planning on buying or selling a home in 2022? We have Harvey Blankfeld of Las Vegas Real Estate Now, the sponsors of this segment, to tell us, his expert predictions on the market next year.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what's going to be happening in 2022. It's a risky venture to try to predict, but what we're hearing about right now is that while in 2021 we've had about 20% appreciation here in Las Vegas, next year we'll continue to see houses go up.
Okay.
However, not at the same rate. Maybe around half, 10 to 15% is what we're hearing. And this is based on economist projections. It's not just realtors saying that.
Right. So, okay, let's take it back to this year.
Right.
What was kind of the peak and the valley of the housing market this year, and then let's compare it to what you think about next year.
Okay, so back in the spring we were experiencing a tremendous shortage of homes. Right now it's still a shortage, but not as bad.
Okay.
We started off with a crazy strong seller's market, and we've kind of come off of that a little bit. Still very much a seller's market, but it's moving a little bit more towards neutral. And it depends on your price range and your area, of course.
Okay, and I know that a lot of people will be asking, will houses continue, will the price continue to go up?
Yeah, and that's what we're thinking is that again, all the predictions are that demand is high, supply is still low, interest rates are good, and they predict next year interest rates will go up, but only slightly.
Okay.
So we're thinking it's going to be very similar to this year, maybe not as heated a market, but still very similar to this year.
Okay, and let's talk about, the buyers versus the sellers. A little advice for each of them. Okay,
so if you're a seller, pay attention to what's happening in the market. It's going up, but not at the same rate. So don't price your house so far beyond the reasonable number. Keep it close. Remember that in the past, years and years ago, when I first started doing real estate, you could price your home here, buyers would come in here, and you could land somewhere in the middle. But because of the way the internet has exposed everything, you got to be really close to where you're prepared to land. You can't be so far away because buyers won't even see it.
Wow, so that's a good tip. I hope you guys are taking notes, okay? And, of course, you're getting the question, will there be a crash?
Yes, this is what on everyone's mind. And you hear some realtors predicting that, which is kind of disturbing. I don't see it. The metrics aren't there for that. Back in the mid-2000s, a lot of people bought homes just by signing a piece of paper. Nobody was vetted. Nobody cared whether they could afford it. Now, if you bought a home in the last 12, 15 years, you know that the mortgages that you've gotten, you've been thoroughly vetted. They've made sure you could afford it.
Okay, and, obviously you have a radio show that continues to educate the community on this, so how can people tune in and listen to you guys?
Yeah, tune in to KDWN every Saturday. We've been doing it. It'll be 8 years in March,
wow,
Rocky. We've been doing that. It's a lot of fun for me. Something that I can expose what's really happening in real estate. Because
in real time.
In real time, what's happening right now. That's why we titled it Las Vegas Real Estate Now. Because this is what's happening now, not what we were thinking about 6 months ago where we might be catching up.
Okay, well, if you're headed into the new year and one of your resolutions or one of your goals is a home, call Harvey, okay? So thank you to Las Vegas Real Estate Now for sponsoring this segment. Call 702-203-1165 or visit lvrealestateradio.com for more.